Hello friends, welcome to this new tutorial. Today we have here this Motorola E5 Plus and I will show you how to fix this screen. As you see, the screen is broken, so we're gonna fix it today. To do this job we will need some tools. We will need a Phillips screwdriver, a nice semi, a double sticky adhesive, some guitar picks like this, a play card like this. This is a plastic, by the way, thin plastic. And you can use something like this also. This is plastic also. And we will need a heat gun. Also we will need the main thing, which is the screen. So this is a new screen with the frame. For you can get the screen without frame, but the method will be slightly different, but you still can do it. Just you need to remove the screen here, separate it from the frame using the IC semi, and then you put the adhesive here around the edges. Then you glue the new screen without frame, you glue it to the old frame. Then you can have this result like here, and we can go from here. Alright, so let's put these tools aside and we will start. One notice: when you heat up the frame, the back cover, don't heat it up too much, because it will, this is just a plastic, it's not a glass, and it will show some kind of wrinkles here. So it's better to not heat it up. But in case you want to heat it up, yes, you still can do that. So we're gonna use this IC semi. Then we will make a small gap here, as you see. Then we're gonna use this guitar pick and we will insert it here, and we will remove this one. Then we're gonna slide this all around the edges like this. If you feel like it's hard, you can use the heat gun and heat it up a little bit, not too much. Alright, so when you lift up this one, this back cover is sticking from the middle here. So what I'm gonna do, I will just insert this one and I will try to separate it. And also you can use this plastic and separate this from here. Gently, don't be tough with it. Just work this thing around until you release it from inside. Here inside, if you keep just sliding this, it's gonna go between a plastic cover here inside and this one. Then it will be hard for you. So you need to make sure you are inserting these tools between the plastic cover and the back cover. Alright, so it's released. So now I'm just gonna release the top part gently. And voila. So when you open it, make sure don't just open it all the way, because we have a cable here. You don't want to cut it. So now I'm going to use the Phillips screwdriver and they will open these two screws here. We have one and we have another one. So this screw, the first one, the one which goes here, it's different than the other screws. All other screws are the same. So I'm going to put this bracket like this. Then I will put the screws exactly where they're supposed to go. Then once I remove that bracket, I will use my nail and I will disconnect this. Alright, so here I'm going to use my nail to disconnect this cable. It's disconnected. So we're going to put this one aside. Then we will open all the screws here. There is a screw hidden here. This is the warranty screw. Alright, so I open all the screws. Now we're gonna remove this middle bracket. So this is the one I was talking about, when you are like sliding this to separate the back frame. Make sure it's not going here, because if it goes here and you keep sliding, you may cut something here. So we lift it up just from here like this. Then we're gonna open this gently. It's very easy to remove. Then we will need to remove the SIM card. We're gonna use this SIM card paper. Alright, so now the first thing we're gonna do after we remove this back is disconnecting the battery. So this is the battery. I'm disconnecting it with my nail. So it's disconnected now. Then we're gonna remove the motherboard, then the charging port. So to remove the motherboard, we will disconnect all other cables that are connected to it. This is one. So we will have, I forgot to mention that we will need tweezers. So this is a tweezer. So we're gonna open this, disconnect these cables. And we have another one. Make sure you grab the cable from the golden side, not from here, because you may cut it. And also don't grab it from here, because you may damage the connection here. You may damage this part here. And don't just disconnect them, but be careful. Alright, so now I will disconnect the power button from here. The sticker here is not important. You can put it back, or you can just throw it away. It's important a little bit for protecting the phone from the water damage, in case the phone got wet. Alright, so I disconnect the power button. Now we have here two screws, 1, 2. I will remove them with the Phillips screwdriver. These two screws are different than the other one. They are shorter a little bit. Make sure you put these two screws back to their original spot. So we have one here and one here. This one is close to the battery connection, and this one is close to the hole here on the top. Alright, so now what I'm going to do, I will remove the motherboard. I'm trying to find a way how to lift it up gently without damaging anything. Alright, so I got access from here. Gently, don't use the force. And when you are using this tool to remove this, make sure don't damage anything here in this side. Alright, so we're going to put the motherboard here. Then we will remove the charging port. The charging port also has some screws. So we're going to disconnect the cable first. Then we have two screws here. This is the first screw. And the screws inside, all of them, they are silver. They are not gold screws, to make sure that you don't mix them up with the other ones. What's gonna happen if you put one of these screws inside the phone? This may be longer a little bit, and it may reaches the screen, and it may damage it when you tighten it. Okay, so make sure don't put that screw in the wrong spot. So now I'm using this IC Semi, and I'm trying to get underneath this board. Alright, so I remove this. They will put it aside. So now we need to remove the earpiece from here. We're gonna use this, and we will insert it here underneath. Gently, don't insert it like in all the way inside, because you may damage the speaker. The speaker has this part here, and it has some wires inside. If you use the force, you may poke it from here, then you will damage the connection inside. Alright, so remember, the speaker was like this. No, it was like this way. So we have the connection here. Let me make sure. So when we put the motherboard here, speaker doesn't connect to it. Let me make sure here. Alright, you see these two dots here, this one and this one. So these two dots, it's here where the speaker prongs connects. So make sure they are matching. So when I put this one like this, let me make sure it's gonna be matched. Okay, you see these two dots must be touching here. So if you put the speaker this way, so the prongs on this side, it's not gonna work. So make sure you put it correctly. Alright, so now what we're gonna do, we're gonna remove the battery. To remove the battery, we can insert something here, and we will see if it's easy. We will remove it. If it's hard, we're gonna use the alcohol. And this is another thing that I didn't mention. So what I'm gonna do, I will use some alcohol here. So this is alcohol. I will put some drops here. Sometimes you may insert this one, then you can pour some alcohol, then you can slide this one around here gently until you release the battery. Alright, so when you are sliding this, make sure don't cut the cables here. We have some cables here. Make sure don't cut them with this tool. So just slide this gently until you release the battery with no damage. So once you have access underneath the battery, you can just put your fingers here, then pull it gently. Don't use the force. Alright, so I pull it gently. Then if you see these wrinkles on the battery, it's easy to remove them. Just use like something like this and pass it here. The battery will look nice again without wrinkles. Alright, so we already removed everything from this screen. So now it's time to transfer everything to the new screen. I forgot to mention this cable too. We need to remove it. So this will be the first thing that we're going to transfer to the new screen. So we will put this one here. So you see this thing here, this golden side. This will have like a line here that it should be matching with. So that's how the cable not going to be up or down. The same thing with this side here. Also, you have here the word main. That means this one is going to the motherboard, and this one is the sub. This means the bottom. All right. So now what we're gonna do? We're gonna put the battery. This screen still have some adhesive on it, so I'm not gonna put my adhesive. This will be adhesive here, and the left the adhesive which is here, it will stick the battery. This will glue it down. All right. So now what we're gonna do? We're gonna transfer the charging port. We'll put this part first. Okay, let me take this call. Alright, so once I put this part inside here, I will put this down. Then I will make sure that these cables, the first one, this one is going inside the channel. Then this one go on top of it. But let's put this one first. Then we put this one on the top. Alright, so everything looks fine. Then we're gonna put the earpiece. As I show you in the beginning, you put these prongs on this side. We have here on the other frame, the old frame, we have a LED light here. Not LED light, but it's plastic that is reflecting the brightness of the light. This is the indicator for the battery when it's charging. So I remove that and I will put it here. And make sure there is nothing left here. Okay, so we have the buttons. We need to transfer them to here. Okay, so what we're gonna do, let's remove the buttons from here. This is very tricky, so you need to make sure you are like remembering all the steps. The first thing we're gonna remove from here is this bracket. We have a bracket here. I'm gonna use the tweezers, then I will lift it up. And remember how it was placed here. So it has one prong up here. And I will put it exactly like this and leave it there. Then I will remove the buttons. I will push this one from here out. So this button will go directly to this. Then I will remove the other button. It falls by itself, so I'm just gonna put it here. Alright, so then we will remove the actual button. So I'm using these tweezers to go behind it. Make sure don't damage this cable. So I release this part, then I will release this one. Alright, so we're gonna remove this one like this and directly to its spot here. If these buttons keeps falling, just put them aside and install this one first. Alright, so it's installed. Now we're gonna put this button here, then the other one, then we're gonna take this bracket and we will put it here. Alright, so this bracket has like two hooks from both sides like this. So these two hooks, one of them will hold this button from this side and the other one hold from the button from this side. And that's it. So now it's time for the motherboard. The motherboard, we're gonna put it just like this. It's not gonna be a big deal. No, I think I'm putting it wrong. It will be this way. No, it will be this way. Sorry. Okay, this is not placed in its spot, so I remove the earpiece and I put this one first. So let's put it from the top because I see that the motherboard is stuck on this part here. So we're gonna put this one first. Alright, so once we are sure it's well installed here, we're gonna connect the cables. I will connect the LCD cable, which is this one. Make sure the cables are matching 100% with its connection. We see some dust here. Alright, so this one is installed. Then we're gonna connect this cable also. Alright. Then we will put the two screws. So we say we have one here and we have another one here in this corner. Okay, and we have, once we install this one, we have the cable we need to connect it to. Then we will put the screws. Now I'm trying to remember how the screws were installed here. So we have so we have here, I forgot to mention this in the beginning, so if you don't remember, try to compare and make sure everything is matching perfectly. So we have the two holes here, they are empty, then we have the screw here and the screw here. Alright, so now we're gonna put this earpiece. Then we will connect the cables. We're gonna connect this one first, make sure the cable is matching 100% with its connection before you snap it down, because if it's not matching, you may damage the edges of the parts which is on the motherboard here. And if you damage the edge, the cable will never fit there, so you need to replace that part first. Alright, so now we're gonna connect the power button cable. So we insert the cable inside here, we make sure it's all the way in. Then we close this lock here. There is a lock, the black one, we close it. Alright, so now it looks like everything is perfect. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna connect the battery, which is the last thing. Then we're gonna put this bracket And we will put just some screws to hold it. We'll put this one here, then another screw here, then we'll put two in the bottom. Alright, so I put these screws. Now I will turn on the phone and make sure the screen is working before I go ahead and finish the screws. It looks like it's normal. So while I'm waiting for it to turn on, I will just put the rest of the screws. Hopefully we will have no problem on the touch. Alright, so I put all the screws except these two here. Alright, so as you see, the screen is responding normal. Touch is normal. Back button. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna connect this part. This part here already have adhesive on it. And if you see that this adhesive is damaged, what you need to do, you can just remove it and put new adhesive. But in my case, I will leave this adhesive here, so I don't need this one. But for you, if you think that you will need this, you can buy it from eBay, by the way. It's not expensive. It's like I think $5. You can get all this, but you can find the cheapest one because you're going to use it only for one phone. You don't have to buy the whole thing. This one I can use it to fix like mini phones. Mini, I mean a lot of phones. So I'm going to use this cutter to cut the edges of the adhesive exactly even with the edges, so I make sure the adhesive is not overlapping the edge. Alright, so I just put this side here, and I think, you know what, let me put another strip on this side just to make sure that the back cover sticks very well. Then we will cut this extra here. Alright, here in the bottom, in this part here, you can put another strip here and another one here, but I see that the adhesive is sticky here, so it's not going to be a problem. So what we're going to do now, we will connect this cable. Here, this is the fingerprint scanner. We will place it very well here and make sure it's connected to this connector in the bottom here. Then we're going to put this one, so it's like this. So we're going to put this prong here first, and we'll hold it. Then we will put the screws. This is the short screw, it goes here, and the long screw, which is similar to the other screws, is gonna go here. Alright, so now what I'm gonna do, I will uncover this adhesive because it's double-sided adhesive, so one side it's covered with this plastic. And that's it. I will make sure that this cable, I mean this back frame, is perfectly matching with the connection, with the back, and I will glue it down. Et voila, everything is working perfect now. Alright, as you see, the phone is working perfect. So that's how to fix the Motorola E Plus screen. If you learn something from me, please hit the thumbs up. I really need it. And just don't go, please hit the thumbs up. Then if you have any questions, leave them in the comment area down below, and subscribe if you're not subscribed. See you in the next video and have a wonderful time. Peace.